the weirdest feeling right now. This episode actually ticked me off, but I don't think this is a bad episode. Here, let me explain what I mean. So this episode begins with Rainbow Dash training for the Equestria Games with the now named Bulk Biceps. Okay, out of the dozens of Pegasi currently in Ponyville, Rainbow Dash picked these two, Fluttershy, who hates the very notion of competition, and Bulk Biceps, who can barely get off the ground. These are the two worst flyers in Ponyville, which is another thing. Bulk Biceps was accepted into the Warnerbolt Academy, even though he can barely fly. Huh. And no one else in Ponyville wanted to go to the Equestria Games? No one wanted to compete? Okay. And they go off to train for the Equestria Games, which apparently, unlike the Olympics, has competitors based off town rather than country. Maybe it's a small kingdom, I don't know. And judging from these three, there's apparently a Griffin town in the nearby area. Whether Griffins have a kingdom of their own or they live under Celestia and Luna's rule, it's not really explained. Oh, and the Wonderbolts are also competing. You know, I'm confused to what the Wonderbolts actually are. Are they just a celebrity stunt team? Well, the fact they are called upon in times of danger kind of pokes holes in that. Wonderbolt Academy seems to suggest they're military, or at least paramilitary, but don't they already have a royal guard with Pegasi? I have no idea. But one thing's for sure, the Wonderbolts are complete douchebags. The more I see of the Wonderbolts, the more I don't like them. Especially here, as they're shown to be not as a tightly knit group as we've been led to believe. They're next to useless as a rescue squad, have mixed up priorities when it comes to being a team, and now they show sneaky and manipulative disloyalty to their comrades. With all the bullshit Rainbow Dash constantly sees in them, sometimes I wonder why she's still vying for their approval. Then again, that's kind of the point of this episode. The Wonderbolts do something completely underhanded, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm righteously ticked off. Not only was it completely unprofessional, I can't fathom how they're still a team after such a move. And what boggled my mind is how quickly they were forgiven. If I were Sora or Rainbow Dash, I wouldn't be so quick to forgive. But maybe there's a lesson there. Ponies really don't know how to hold a grudge, and maybe that's the point. Everyone learns a lesson in the end, and honestly, what kind of punishment would actually befit this sort of thing? And even so, what would a punishment accomplish? What are they supposed to do? Disband the Wonderbolts? Maybe Rainbow Dash has the attitude adjustment the Wonderbolts need. Maybe that's her purpose in life. That being said, on the spectrum of my favorites of the main six, Rainbow Dash is at number 5, and this episode didn't help. I won't deny she's a well-written three-dimensional character, but goodness gracious alive is her ego grating. Yes, I get it. You're awesome. Kindly shut up about it, thank you. I still like her, though. She's arrogant, yeah, but she has the talent to back it up. She struggles with choosing between friends and personal advancement, but she always picks friends in the end. And even though her head's almost never in the right place, mostly being shoved 50 feet up her plot, her heart is. Rainbow Dash constantly puts the Wonderbolts to shame, whether it be from her abilities or her attitude, and this is no different. There were a couple of great small moments that made me really like this episode. The first one being Twilight basically saying choosing not to choose isn't a choice, that electing to ignore both areas where you are needed will screw both sides over. Sometimes you gotta make a crappy choice. And as much as I really don't want to talk about Derpy, as her appearance did little more than just make me chuckle a little bit, there's one moment that I really want to talk about. When Twilight basically says Derpy isn't a good flyer, she just shrugs it off like, yeah, I know, but that's life, what can you do? She was told she wasn't good at something and didn't get offended. Like, she's accepted that she's not a terrific flyer and there's no point in getting mad as long as others aren't being malicious about it. It's a small moment, but I really like it. And now let's talk about that ending. I'm not going to comment on it, for two reasons. First being, if these rainbow flashes are leading up to something, which it really looks like they are, then it's probably going to be revealed very soon, so speculating on it seems completely pointless. Second being, if it's not important and it's just purely aesthetic, then I don't think it's worth the ridicule to deal with people laughing at you for taking something way too seriously.